So, we've talked about small habits that lead to more productivity and balance. We've talked about consuming less, creating more. We've talked about releasing the belief that it has to be hard. We've talked about discipline versus devotion. And I feel like throughout all of those episodes, the point that I'm kind of getting to is that the flow state is gratitude. And maybe that sounds vague or generalized, but when you just recognize how good things are great. If you could believe it. I have been a little late on my own deadlines that I set for myself with this channel. My laundry is piling up. I was 30 minutes late to work today, but things are great. And you're doing amazing, sweetie. We all are. I just feel like things are flowing to me with such ease right now. And I think it's because I'm trying my hardest to eliminate any resistance that there may be to those things coming my way. I feel like I'm better than I've ever been. And it's not like I don't have things to complain about. Obviously, we all do. But when I think about all the things that I have to be thankful for, I truly don't think I've had this many things on that list ever in my life. And that's such a beautiful place to be, you know? And I feel like it would be so easy to look at my life right now and have like a negative mindset of it. But truly, where on earth is that going to get me? And honestly, where it's going to get me is the loss of all the things that I should have been thankful for. And it's definitely like a nuanced topic. There's always times where, you do need to make a lot of changes in your life for the better. And I support that. And I've been there. But I guess this week I just want to kind of quickly talk about taking a step back and really looking at the things in your life and really thinking about am I in a place where I need to change, or am I the thing that needs to change? So as we all know, Zara Larsa is on the come up right now, and not come up, she's been on her come up for years. She is on a high right now. She's doing amazing. We love her. She's broken out of the Kia asylum. And she has just been someone that I've been really vibing with lately. She talks a lot in interviews about how she could be considered a flop at times. Eras in her career could be considered flop eras. And she doesn't really like to talk about it like that. In her mind, she will always be on a stage regardless of how many people are in the crowd, and I think that's beautiful. She has a song that I love. It's called The Ambition. Basically, the chorus says, that's the thing about the ambition. Everything's a competition. And then she goes on to say, when you want so much, life can be a chronic heartbreak. And I find that so interesting because, it's not a bad thing to be striving and wanting more constantly, but I definitely think that if you're always wanting more, then nothing will ever satiate you. And that is a tricky place to get. I think it's really important to get down to the bottom of what you really want. And I saw this girl talking about it, and it was a TikTok that went pretty viral. You may have seen it also. But she was saying, it was keys to success or something like that. And she was saying that a lot of people, when they think about something that they want to make or a goal that they want to reach, or an end result that they want to get to, they tend to accidentally associate that with, maybe monetary goals or promotion goals or goals of fame or recognition or things like that. And she was saying that a lot of the time I feel like people get this mixed up and they lose sight of the reason that they really want to be doing something. And that really resonated with me because I'm in this weird place where I want so many things and I can't really make up my mind what I want to be doing for my career. I can't really make up my mind where I want to live. I can't really make up my mind what I want my 5-10 year plan to be. I just want it all. And with wanting all these little things, I want to be making YouTube videos. I want to be doing great at my job. I want to be building my friendships to their fullest extent and keeping up with everyone and enjoying this community that I'm in right now and participating in it. And I want to be a good boss, and I want to be a good assistant to my boss, and I want to be a traveler who's seen and knows things about this world. And it's just kind of hard to think about all those things and not think about the materialistic things that need to happen to make those things happen, or to make it feel like I've reached a level of success in those things, you know? And that's really interesting to me because for instance, like if I want to go to a certain country, in my mind, I start to think, well, I need to be making a certain amount of money so that I can take enough leave time to go to that country, or maybe even quit my job to start like a new era where I'm not on a contract and I have to work so much. Or, if I have a goal of I want to be posting this many videos, then I need to be in a place where it's monetarily benefiting me enough to quit my job to do that. Or, maybe it's, well, I need this camera or I need this computer. Or if it's, I want to be a good assistant to my boss. I need this positive write-up. I need this promotion. I need this recognition. And it just like, it gets to the point where I think sometimes we're actually doing the thing and we get so under the impression that we're not doing it because we're not seeing a result that we think goes along with what we're doing. And there's so many people in the world that have done so many amazing things without you knowing about it, or without making an insane amount of money for it, or, without taking a promotion, whether it was given to them or not, or whether it was even posting about it in general, even wanting it to be known. And so I just kind of think that it's really important to keep that mindset. And I really liked that part of that TikTok. So I'll try to put it on the screen or link it below. But such points were made. Such a good point. So stop looking at your life like you're missing something and like you're not already where you want to be. Allow yourself gratitude, It's okay to strive for more. And this is why I love that song, The Ambition, as well. Like, it's okay to set goals for yourself and think about what's next. But if you're not thinking about like where you've come from and what you're doing now and being proud of yourself in the moment, you're going to burn out, I think. Just try to keep that perspective and be thankful for what you have going on for you right now and like soak up this present moment, because truly I think being present is the ultimate flow state. In my mind, a flow state, whether it's in a sport or in art or a science or a job or whatever it may be, is being fully present. If you're in a sport, you're like, you've got your mind to muscle connection going on full blast. You're so focused. Maybe you're missing certain things of other people's experience. If you're on a run, maybe you're not seeing the guy at the hot dog stand. Maybe you're not seeing the people with the screaming baby. Maybe you're missing the person who just dropped all their groceries on the way home and is not having that great of a day. You're focused on what you're doing, and that's a flow state. And how can you be fully present if you aren't being grateful and like taking a moment to soak up what's around you right now, what you're doing right now, and like what you've earned for yourself right now and what's been given to you right now? Speaking of Zara Larsson again, like she was at the Grammys and she's probably been waiting her whole life to be at the Grammys. I could only imagine. If you're in the field of music, that seems like an achievement to be made or to be reached. And so, but she was a little bit sick and she said that on the red carpet, and she was like, you know what? It may not have been my best performance in the whole world, but I had so much fun. And like, she's just being present in the moment, appreciating it for what it is. Like, even if on this day she's only giving 99%, when sometimes she gives 100 or 110 or whatever the measurable amount of effort or focus that there is to be given, she was fully present and she really got to live that moment and she soaked it all up. And that's where you get your reward, So let yourself have a humble brag, let yourself be proud of yourself for what you're doing, and stop focusing so much on the external. I keep hearing this in songs so much. Like, I know Audrey Hobart has a song that says this, and I just heard one the other day that I can't remember right now. But it's like, I look at what I posted and pretend I'm you. Chills. Literally chills down my whole body right now. Like, stop making and doing things for other people and imagining what they think when they see it. Mama, the truth is they probably didn't even see it. Or if they did, they scrolled. Like, they're living their life. You live yours, Don't make things for other people. Make them for you. Don't strive for things to impress other people. Impress yourself. That's not my dream, Mom. That's yours, you know? Like, we're not doing that. That's literally every movie in our childhood told us not to go down this road. It's almost like they knew. It's almost like they knew that we were going to be living in chronically online times where we constantly compare ourselves to each other. I think once you find yourself in this place of constant gratitude, you'll next find yourself in a place of empowerment to, shamelessly continue doing, being, and pursuing what it is that makes you so happy and makes you feel like you're doing what you're here to do. Just be who you are and be happy about it and be proud about it and be loud about it. And I feel like I'm making it sound so simple, but I hope I made some points in this energetic, happy rant about how good things are. Okay, guys, well, maybe this was a short one. I'm going to leave it at that because that's really the gist of it. So if you saw anything online, read anything in a book, saw anything in a piece of art, was inspired by any athletes, heard any quotes from very successful people that kind of go along with this topic, please comment below. I really would love to get some interaction going on with these videos, just because I feel like there's got to be more people out there who like kind of a comfort podcast, girly at home, unserious, like very laid back podcast. There's got to be people out there like me. And I know there is because I watch them all the time. But I'm just trying to get myself in that group of people. So if you saw anything like that, comment below. Let's get the conversation going. Tell me what you were doing while you watched this podcast. Was it laundry? Was it a grocery run? Was it a walk? Was it blocking out your neighbors having a fight? Was it blocking out your neighbors not having a fight? Having the opposite of a fight? Was it your sacred YouTube time while your partner plays video games? Were you deep cleaning the house? I gotta know, okay? Those are just some examples of what I'm doing when I'm listening to little podcast type videos. So I'm gonna love you and leave you there. I'll see you next Tuesday. Okay, bye.